Hey, what's going on, Geminis? Butch here. I'm going to do your read for the remainder of January. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Alice in Wonderland Tarot. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Gemini? January 2023. What's going on for Geminis? For Gemini. What can we see? All right, Geminis. So the first thing that I see, Geminis, is I feel like a lot of chaotic energy coming up. Maybe something that may already been started, but I feel like I just feel like it's almost like with this person that I see around you, this energy that I feel around you, it's like no matter what is said, it's taken in the wrong context. It's taken in the wrong, it's taken wrong. It's just generally taken wrong. I mean, we have the Tower card. And I feel like it's almost like even when you don't mean anything by something, it's still taken in the worst possible way it can be taken. I mean, a lot of this we can blame it on the retrograde right now. I mean, we're going through it until the 18th, and it's sometimes things can be altered in what it is that you mean by it. And furthermore with this is also I feel like this person around you, they feel a very defensive energy around you, in that self-imposed prison with that nine of wands and the 8 of swords. It's almost like they feel like you're detaching from them. So it's almost like they're detaching from you as well, or at least they're trying to. I feel like in best case scenario, this person wants to be with you. This person is trying to understand you, but I feel like the more they think they understand you, the more they realize they don't. It's almost like they feel like they're being pushed away, and it's not so much that they're trying to walk away from you. I just feel like they don't know what to do. I feel like there's a huge misunderstanding going on here. And for someone, I understand Geminis. I think as much as you can understand a Gemini, but one thing that with Geminis is like sometimes they can be very indecisive. And sometimes the people that are around them have a hard time understanding that. Like I said, this person's trying to understand you. They want to understand you. I feel like when times are good, they're great. I see a lot of, fulfillment, and I feel like you have this great energy with each other. But then there's times when it feels like you're on two different planets. It feels like this isn't a relationship, it's more of a friendship. And I feel like this person's trying to find themselves within you. They're trying to find where they fit in. But I feel like the chaos that we feel is them looking at the negatives instead of the positives, and I feel like because of their looking at the negatives and the positives, it's almost like you're seeing it as well. I mean, they feel like you're hiding something from them. You know, and they also, I feel like this person is overthinking the shit out of this as well. So, I mean, I'm not going to put this all on you. I'm not even trying to put this all on you. I mean, we have the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Seven of Cups. You know, they feel like they're not enough for you, or they feel like they're inadequate. And I feel like that inadequacy is making them kind of stir crazy. You know, they feel like you're hiding something from you and from them, and they feel like it's that you're, you know, possibly still looking. You know, they feel like they found what they were looking for with you, but they feel like it's like they're not enough for you, and they're taking, you know, with Geminis, sometimes they need that time to themselves, and I feel like with this person, they're looking way too deep into that. I mean, like I said, I feel like they're overthinking the shit out of this. You know, I feel like as much as they understand you, there's still so much they don't understand, and I feel that pain. I'm very close to, you know, I have a lot of Geminis in my immediate circle, and sometimes I feel like I'm doing something wrong when I'm not, just because of the reaction I'm getting from them. I mean, this person only thinks about you. This person, I mean, they're willing to fight for you. You know, this person is willing to go to war to keep you. They're willing to do whatever it takes to make you happy. I just feel like they don't feel like they've been doing that. And a lot of the blame they're putting on themselves. You know, but it's all about miscommunication, and I feel like there's been a lack of communication between you and them. And what communication you do have, I feel like it hasn't been very productive. Like I said, very chaotic energy, you know, clashing, you know, and I feel like this is one of the biggest problems that I see in this read is a lack of communication. Because with the Gemini, it has to be they're the communicators. You know, if you find yourself in a place where you can't communicate with a Gemini, I mean, it's very frustrating. Because like I said, they're feeling like they're more of a friend to you now. They're feeling like they're losing you and they don't even know how. And I feel like it's almost like they're doubling down. But there's also a part of them that feels like they're distancing themselves because they think you don't know what you want anymore. Or at least they think they're not the one that you want anymore. You know, like I said, you know, it's causing them a lot of anxiety. That self-imposed prison is causing them a lot of anxiety. You know, I feel like, you know, it's almost like they don't know what to do, so they're just trying to do something. And I feel like everything they've been doing is pretty much the opposite of what they should be doing. You know, but like I said, we're gonna blame a lot of this on retrograde. You know, that Mercury retrograde right now. There's so much going on there. You know, it's almost like you shouldn't be making any decisions right now because of what we're going through. But the biggest thing that I see here is I feel like you're exactly where you should be. I feel like you're both exactly where you should be. And, you know, you're with who you're supposed to be with. This is your person. You know, we have the Lovers card, we have the World card. You know, I just feel like the distance between us is just something that has been causing a lot of friction. And I feel like your person is looking way too much into that. You know, I feel like there's so much going on here. I mean, it's so chaotic. And right from the beginning, I mean, we started with the Tower card. I mean, you know, this person wants to be with you, but they don't think you want to be with them. You know, this person is doing a lot of work to try to understand you. But then there's also this flip side of this is it's almost like they're trying to distance themselves from you. It's almost like they're preparing themselves to be hurt. So it's almost like they're trying to ease the blow. But I don't feel like, you know, this hot and cold energy Like I said, when things are good with this person, they're great. But I feel like there's been some times since it's been that way. That hot and cold energy, that in and out. And I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like it's almost like neither one of you want to walk away from this, or neither one are going to walk away from this unscathed. I mean, this person wants to be with you, and I feel like you want to be with them, but it's like you're reading each other, but completely wrong. Like I said at the beginning, this is just a huge misunderstanding. This person thinks about you and only you, and their biggest fear is that you don't want them. So it's almost like it just reminds me of that story when you're a kid, when you're in school. You tell a part of a story and you whisper it to the next person, and then they're supposed to carry on the story, and by the time it gets around the classroom, it's a completely different story. I mean, they want you. They want to be with you. They believe that you're who they were meant to be with. But even though we think we're with the person, even though we believe it to our very core, the person that we're with is the person we're meant to be with, if we're picking up the signs wrong from them, that's what causes so much chaos in this. It's almost like that energy of where, they don't want to be with me. They're pushing me away. So what do I do? And their alternative is to, I mean, like I said, I feel like there's times when they try their hardest to understand you, but then there's other times when they're just like trying their hardest not to be hurt. I don't feel like this person has a great history of, and I don't feel like you do either, of having someone that truly cares about you, truly understands you, or at least someone that truly tries to understand you. I feel like there's a lot of face value. Like it's like, someone, it's almost like in the past, I feel like people have walked away from you because they didn't understand you. Like they just gave up. But this person isn't giving up. They don't want to give up. But it's almost like there's also that flip side of this person where they feel like they have to or they should. But then we go back to the fact that they don't want to. It's very confusing. But at the end of the day, I mean, I do feel like this person. I mean, this person wants to commit to you. They want to make you an offer, and they want to, be committed. But like I said, the more they think they understand you, the more they feel like they don't. And I feel like I said, there's these good times, good energy. I feel like there's moments when you feel like there's nobody else in the world for you, and then there's moments when it feels like you're being pushed away. Like I said, there's moments when they even feel like it's just a friendship. It's like they've already lost you. But it's the lack of communication that's causing a lot of these problems. And the communication that is happening is being, misunderstood. This person, they want to grab you and hold on to you forever, but they just want to know that that's what you want. We got that King of Wands. And this person will do the work. They want to understand you. And I feel like I feel like we just have to have that conversation and just kind of, it's like I said before, it's very hard. With Geminis, it's very hard sometimes because you feel like there's moments when you feel like you couldn't be any more connected to someone. You feel like you're so in tune with each other. And there's moments when it feels like you don't even know who each other are. And that's what scares the shit out of this person. And the thing is when you're not in that phase of a deep thought or just being, having some alone time, when you're not in that phase, when you want to be with this person, it feels like that's when they're pushing you away, or that's when they're detaching themselves from you. But in all reality, I feel like we just need to sync up here. And I feel like it is going to happen because I mean, we have big changes coming, and I feel like, with that Six of Swords, I feel like those big changes are coming, and I feel like it is something that I do feel it coming very soon. And I feel like it all stems from communication. Like I said, I feel like there's got to be a moment when one of us puts our foot down and says, listen, this is how it is, and this is what I want. And, I feel like that's going to be a huge turning point for this. It's almost like when that happens, we both finally start clicking. I don't feel like we've ever come this far. I don't feel like either one of you come this far before. So it's almost like this is new territory for both of you. But I see two people that are very lost in the moment right now. But I do see you finding each other. I do see, I mean, we have the Sun card, we have the Wheel of Fortune. I do see good things happening. I see a lot of happiness. And I feel like it's a matter of this bullshit energy we're dealing with right now. Like I said, with this Mercury retrograde, it's like it's so overpowering. There's so many people being affected by it. But like I said, this person will go to the end of the earth for you. This person will protect you. This person will be there for you. But like I said, I feel like we need communication. I feel like you're there for each other. I feel like there's nowhere else you should be. I just feel like right now it's just a matter of a lot of, a lot of understanding. And that's something that comes with communication, is we can't understand something if we don't communicate. And that's why, like, with Geminis, they're the biggest communicators, is like they need that back and forth. But sometimes they need their space. And anybody that's going to be with a Gemini has to understand that. And that space doesn't affect you. That space doesn't always have to be about you. And that's another misconception a lot of people have that date Geminis, is that they feel like if you want alone time, when you say you want alone time, or when you have alone time, they instinctively think it's because they want time from you, which is not the case in most cases. Most cases, they just need their time. Some people just need their time. And it has nothing to do with you, and it's all about them. But if you want to date a Gemini, that's what you got to deal with, And like I said before, Geminis sometimes can be very difficult. But at the end of the day, it's very worth it. Sometimes if you're not asking the right questions, you're not getting the right answers, and that's part of it as well. But with this person, I mean, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have some Taurus, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The worst part about this read is I feel like I'm miscommunicating. And I'm hoping you're understanding what I'm saying. It's the retrograde, man. It's hitting. Like I said, some people say don't even make any big decisions during this time. Because it's such an effect, and a lot of people don't believe in the effect of it, but believe it because it's real. But like I said, sometimes we're with the right people, and if we act the wrong way or we react the wrong way, it feels so much like there's so much distance between us. Like, you can be close as shit to someone, like closer than you've ever been with someone, and then the next moment you feel like you couldn't be any farther apart. Like I said, I see a lot of big changes coming, and I feel like it's gonna stem from, having a heart to heart, that, having that talk that needs to be had, and I feel like hasn't been had. I feel like you're both on the same page. You're just reading the book at a different time. I hope this helps. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.